Hi there, I'm Rebecca Weaver, and I'm going to be going over an instructional tutorial that I made for you. It's a document that's in your course. It's called Conics Made Easy. So let's begin. First, we're going to look at circles. Now, circles are written in the form x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So if you see something with an x squared and a y squared on one side and they're being added together, you can say, oh, this might be a circle. Now for this particular case, our center is at 0, 0, and our radius is r. So let's say we're given something like x squared plus y squared equals 25. Well, this would mean that our center is at 0, 0, and the radius, take the square root of 25, because that's r squared over there, and you'd get 5. So if we were looking at these circles and I wanted to draw them, I would just take and put my center at 0, 0. I usually, when I draw them, make a north, south, east, and west dot and then try to make a circle. Of course, I did this in something that allowed me to make a prettier circle than I normally draw. But and that's really what there is to drawing circles. Now, they're not always centered at 0, 0. And if you have something that has some sort of x minus a quantity squared and a y minus a quantity squared, then our center is at hk, we would say, whatever those numbers are. So for example, if we have a 2 here on the x minus our h, that center, the x value would be at 2, and the y value, notice how it's not in the form y minus k, so I could just say y minus a minus 3. So I know that my k in this case is negative 3. So my center is at 2, negative 3. And my radius is still 5. So I would go north, south, east, and west from this point and create this beautiful circle. Now, this is what your tutorial page looks like. I just went through case A and I went through case B. Notice that case A has no shiftings, left, right, up, or down. It just means it's kind of like x minus 0, y minus 0, so the center is at 0, 0. In case B, we shift it left, right, or up, down. So left and right would be my h value, and up, down would be my k value. Now, they're not always written in beautiful, perfect form. Sometimes they'll be written like this, and you go, hey, I can't even tell what that is. Well, you'll look at the signs in front of your x squared and your y squared. They're both a plus, so I know it's going to be a circle or like an ellipse. We'll cover ellipses next video, but this x squared plus y squared, I go, okay, it's going to be a circle because there's no coefficient in front of the x or the y. So then what I would do is I would rewrite it. Collect your x's together and collect your y's together, as I've done here. Leave space, and move your number over to the other side. Now, we learned how to complete the square in a previous chapter, so if you've forgotten that, you might want to go look in the previous chapter in the quadratics where we covered completing the square, but I'll kind of do a little quick run through of it. If I'm completing the square, I want this number right here next to the x to be a plus 4. That would mean I would have this x minus 2. Remember taking half of the middle term and then squaring it, and then you add it to both sides? Well, we're doing it this time with both an x and a y, so it gets a little crazy. But if I add 4 to the left, I'm going to add 4 to the right. The y squared plus 6y, take half of that 6, that's a 3, square it. That means I need a 9. So I'd add that to both sides. And then what you end up with is this beautiful little thing, this little quantity here, this x squared minus 4x plus 4, that becomes x minus 2 quantity squared. The y part, the y squared plus 6y plus 9, then becomes y plus 3 quantity squared, and then you add what it equals 25. And so then you know that you have a circle where the center is at 2, negative 3, and the radius is 5. And that's what we have for circles. So you're going to be asked to draw circles, tell where the center is, and then on a few of them, you're going to be asked to complete the square. And if you have any questions, you know where you can find me. Just email me, and have a wonderful day. Bye now.